Hey Bobcats, it's Lola. In this video, we're going to be looking at our BLMS teachers' experiences during 9/11. If you don't know what 9/11 is, on September the 11th, on the 11th hour of 2001, 19 Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial planes, 2 crashing into the World Trade Center, 1 into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and an attempt on the White House, but during the 2 other crashes, the passengers found out tried to take control, but sadly they passed. On this day, we remember it for everyone that lost. There was almost 3,000 people that died this day, and let's see how our teachers felt during this moment.
Good morning, Bobcats. Today we have
Miss Dunkley.
and we are going to ask her about 9/11. So where were you during 9/11?
I was a junior in high school. I was in my junior health class, and I remember my teacher coming in and turning on the TV and telling us all to be quiet. And we started watching the coverage on the news. And I actually had one of my friend's dads was on an airplane headed towards Pennsylvania, so that was scary. It was scary not knowing.
May I ask, did he ended up dying?
He was not on one of the hijacked flights, thank goodness. But it was definitely scary to think, what if someone I know was on one of those planes or in one of those buildings? It was terrifying.
Thank you, Miss Dunkley.
You're welcome.
Guys, we have Miss Wanda with us today, and we are going to also ask her questions about 9/11. So where were you during 9/11?
During 9/11, I was substituting at Bullitt Central High School. We were watching it on the TV.
What were your thoughts about 9/11?
Well, first I was very angry that this could happen in America. And then I think that we started to pray and do a lot of crying.
Did any family members or friends of family members get involved in it?
No, but I have a boss, because I worked part-time at UPS, and his wife's brother was on the 3rd floor. So he did make it out. It is a lot of problems now.
Thank you.
Welcome.
On 9/11, I was in the basement drinking a cup of coffee, watching the news, and watching in horror the Twin Towers being hit. It was surreal. It did not feel like it was really happening. It felt like they were trying to make up something to show us that it was a movie. It took a little bit for it to really sink in that we were being attacked. And it was sad, it was scary, it was horrifying to watch the people that were caught there. No one really knew what to do at first. It was a sad, sad day, a day that should be remembered.
So I very clearly remember where I was the day on 9/11. I was a student at the University of Louisville, and when I heard the news on the radio, I had just parked my car and was getting ready to walk to class, and I just sat. I didn't go to class that day. I just sat and kind of processed what had happened. So that's where I was when 9/11 happened.
On 9/11, I was in LaRue County Middle School teaching 5th grade. And I can remember all the teachers emailing everybody going do y'all see this? What's going on? So we put it on the TV and we'd start watching what happened. And then when we realized that it wasn't an accident, the mood got really different, and we got real serious, and it got real dramatic. And thank goodness we stopped watching it before the towers actually fell, or that could have been very traumatic. So that's where I was.
On 9/11, I was teaching 4th grade up in northern Indiana, and I was in the office because it was during my planning time, and I looked up at the TV and I watched the first plane hit the tower, and then I started following it the rest of the day. And it was a moment that I will never, ever forget for the rest of my life.
Okay, 9/11, I was teaching middle school math at Audubon Middle School in Cleveland, Ohio. And we had the kids they heard about the first plane hitting on the news. And then we turned the news on and we saw the 3rd plane hitting. And we had a whole class and a whole school full of really really upset middle schoolers. Their parents worked for the federal government and they were all worried about the plane landing in their businesses. One of the planes actually flew over Cleveland. So it was pretty traumatic for the kids. And we spent our whole time just calming them down, and we had lots of parents picking them up.